Next one. Okay. So disk management. Okay. So uh, here it is. All hardware devices, all like a CPU, RAM, your CD-ROM, like that. Any your machine hardware information in the file, in the form of file, the stores in the /dev folder. /dev folder in hierarchy, it stores in the /dev folder. Means hardware related files in this one, like a CD-ROM, DVD, like that. It is will be there. So disk files is yeah, okay. So the disk files means if you have a hard disk or a partition of the hard disk, like that, it stores in the dev only. The name is like this, SDA. Names are like SDA, but sometimes names, when you check it certain kind of Linux machines, it shows HDA. Sometimes it will show VDA. What is this SDA? What is S? What is H? What is V? S represent SCSI hard disk. S represent SCSI hard disk. You have a machine and you install your Linux into the SCSI type of hard disk. It is shows as a SDA. D means disk. S means SCSI. H means hard disk, normal hard disk. Like you take a normal PC computer and you install a Linux, and then the hard disk name comes like a HDA. Next, V. V means virtual hard disk type. Your disk is virtual hard disk. So what is this virtual hard disk? That is, we have to understand in a simple manner. It is okay. So this is your Linux PC. This is your direct Linux PC. This is your Linux PC. In Linux also, virtualization is there. Like we have a Windows Hyper-V, same thing. In a Linux, we have a virtualization platform is there. That is called a KVM, QEMU, QEMU. Okay. So this is a virtualization platform in the Linux. So you have a virtualization platform. So then you can create a virtual machines in the Linux. You can create a virtual machines in the Linux, so then you can install any operating system in that one. So you can create a virtual machines in the Linux. Okay. Next, for example, in this virtual machine, I'm installing a Linux machine. I'm installing Linux. Okay. If it is a virtual machine, means the disk, what are the disk you are using, that is a virtual hard disk anyway, right? The disk is virtual hard disk. So if you are, this is a virtual hard disk and this is a virtual machine and this is a Linux. So Linux take this virtual hard disk as a VHD, sorry, VHA, virtual hard disk. Maybe if you are understand, then you will get one more doubt. That is, I'm also using Linux, right? I have a Linux operating system currently running in my virtual machine, VMware workstation. It is running in a virtual machine, VMware workstation. So what is my disk format? What is my disk format? So I'm not at login. So first of all, I will log in as a root and a password, root password. Okay, first I have to check the address, IP address. Still is 2.157, so network not change. So minimize, open putty. No, this one, CTS Linux one. Click on load. So yesterday I showed already how to save it. So simply I already done a settings with I saved with a name. So you click on the name, click load. So automatically IP address is there, and already I verified same address. Appearance and colors also I already configured. So then directly I'm open. So I no need to type everything and changing the names, not required. Again, I log in as a root here. Okay. Now I have a Linux machine. So I have to select ls/dev/ question mark d question mark. So it is showing a SDA. Mine is a virtual machine, right? But why it is showing SDA? My Linux is running in virtual machine. Instead of virtual machine means it should show VDA. Sorry, this is VDA. It should show VDA. So instead of VDA, it is showing SDA in my virtual machine. Why? Anyone guess? Okay. So as I said, it is a VMware virtual machine, and VMware virtual machine by default use, okay, my voice problem. Guys, can you able to hear, or can I increase my volume? Nothing. Everything is good. Okay, maybe networking issues. I'm already connected to Bluetooth, so which is very near to my mouth. So, okay, I'm using a VMware workstation. Okay, I'm using a VMware workstation. By default hard disk type, it is a virtual hard disk only for my physical machine. For my Windows physical machine, it is a virtual hard disk, and for this Linux, it is a physical hard disk only and SCSI type hard disk only. The type of hard disk is SCSI. It is understand the disk as a SCSI hard disk only. That's why it shows as a SDA. So when I said VDA means if you're already running a Linux machine is there, and inside a Linux machine you create a virtual machine. Inside a Linux machine you create a virtual machine. That virtual machine is use virtual hard disk. Okay, using a virtual hard disk. The virtual machine contains a virtual hard disk. Okay, so for this virtual machine, internal virtual machine, the Linux, if you install Linux, the Linux understand the hard disk is virtual hard disk, and then it put a name is VDA. So this Linux machine also having a hard disk, right? This Linux machine also having a hard disk is there. Okay, so this is hard disk is there for this Linux machine, main Linux machine, and this is a normal regular hard disk. It is not SCSI, for example. It's normal hard disk like our system, laptop, and desktop. We have a hard disk. In the hard disk, you install a Linux. In that hard disk, you install a Linux. So for this main Linux, it is what it is? HDA. It is a HDA. Guys, understand this point? Why it is SHV? So when you are working on any Linux, either it is a cloud-based Linux or maybe a remote Linux, physically installed Linux or virtually installed Linux, Linux machine running in a Linux machine. Your virtual machine of a Linux is running in this one. When you see this disk kind of stuff, if it is shows S means the disk type is SCSI hard disk. H means it is a hard disk type or IDE type. Okay, virtual hard disk. It means it is a virtual machine running in a Linux environment. Okay. Now, what is this A? SDA. Of course, I have to show one more thing. That is why I put a question mark here. What is this question mark? Yes, one character. One character. Either it is a number or a letter. So one character variation only, not star kind of stuff. So I know it is a SDA. SDA, I put a star. Means SDA, SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, like that. Okay. Even I'm not saying A also. It is B is not there. All are A's only. So SDA means A means represent. It's a first disk. Logically, it is a first disk. If I have a 3-4 disk, then it will shows like a SDB. The B represent second disk. B represent second disk. If I have a second disk, SDC, it's a third disk. Like in our Windows, we have a disk 0, disk 1, disk 2. Same thing here. So first disk, second disk, like that. It is SDA, SDB, SDC. Then what is this SDA1? It means it's a first partition. SDA1 first partition. SDA2 it's a second partition. SDA3 keep going like that. It is a third partition. Here I am using a BIOS base. It means first 3 primary partitions completed, fourth one automatically SDA4. Okay, generally it is a SDA4 is belongs to extended and SDA5 is belongs to logical partitions. But that is again we'll see in a disk management once you go inside. Okay, understand SDA1 means SDA is a single disk. Okay, this is a single disk. Okay, so my disk name, for example, this is my first disk /dev/SDA. The disk name is SDA, and I made a partitions like this. Okay, so 3 primary partitions are there currently. Just one by one name we'll see. This name is /dev/SDA1. This is I'm putting directly SDA2, SDA3. Now I am using a BIOS automatically. It is what type of disk type it is by default if you are using BIOS? Very good. MBR. Very good. MBR. Okay. This. So how many primary partitions? Generally 4 primary partitions we can create it, or 3 primary, 1 and extended. Inside extended you can create logical partitions. Okay, you can create a number of logical partitions. So here it is. I am putting in a different color for our understanding. So this is automatically a logical partitions. Earlier days it will ask, do you want to do extended or not kind of stuff, but here it is automatically become a logical partition. partition by default. So this is SDA4. This is SDA4. I have better to put it some thick color. Okay. So this is a SDA4. Now it is better. Okay. So this is a primary completed. This is the SDA4 means one extended. That's it. SDA4 does not contain anything. Only so when you create logical partitions in this one, again names are like this. SDA 5. Okay. So better take another color for understanding. Okay. SDA 5 is a logical partition. SDA 4 is an extended partition. It represents it's extended. SDA 5 is under SDA 4. SDA 5 is under SDA 4. And I have a further partitions like this. So automatically names will be like SDA 6, SDA 7, SDA 8, like that. Keep going like that. Okay. Guys, understand the partition number. What is the meaning of that number? Meaning of number is a partition number. Okay. Unlike, no, not unlike, like in Windows, we have a drive letters. Like in a Windows, like in Windows, partitions has drive letters by default. Okay. But so how to put the sentence? Like in Windows, we have a drive letters, right? So like example, example C drive, right? D drive, E drive, like that. The drive letters are going on. But so okay, so we'll remove it. Like in Windows, we have a partitions, but partitions having a C drive, D drive, like that. But in Linux, we don't have drive letters. Okay, so we don't have a drive letters in Linux. So how to access these drives? So we have to mount to a folder, empty folder. You have to take a folder and we have to mount it. By default, these already mounted to something. These are all already mounted to something. Some are not yet mounted. Okay, so like that we have to check it which is mounted or not mounted by simple command is a df space -h. df space -h will show you the mount table, means what are the disk drive and where it is mounted. Okay, so df space -h. SDA1 is mounted to /boot. /boot. It means in your file system hierarchy, so we have a different file system. /boot represent bootable files are there. Okay, so /boot. it mounted automatic, it is mounted to slash boot by while I'm while I'm installing a Linux operating system. That time I represent slash boot this particular 512 MB like that. So that slash boot, this is a 512 MB partition. Okay. Otherwise verify once again. So what is 509? It means it's a 512 MB space. I given to slash boot. 27% is in use. Okay, availability is there. So already it is 200 MB is enough, but I given 512 MB like that for slash boot. And already I given SDA2 for a slash, means entire file system, entire your Linux file system is slash. So I given 20 GB for that one. So verify 20 GB I given. 20 GB already allocated. Next, 3. Okay, SDA3 is 20 GB I given for a slash var. Actually not required, but I given. I thought I will do some other practical. SDA4 is a extended partition because I put it in a machine into BIOS mode. So it is MBR type of disk. Okay, obviously SDA4 is extended partition. SDA5 is linked to slash home. Okay, so slash home. How much I given? 10 GB. Yes, 10 GB I given to slash home. Okay, so this is a slash boot already mounted. So slash, it is mounted 20 GB disk space. It is mounted to slash, and it is mounted to var, and this is a home. So what about SDA6? Whether it is there or not, we don't know. So I think I linked that SDA6 to swap memory. So how to check swap? Sorry. Yeah, this is a swap memory. Swap memory SDA6 I given already. So it is for a swap. Okay. So little bit, yeah, swap. I think I given a 2 GB for swap. Okay, yeah, 2 GB for a swap memory I given. Two GB I given for a swap. Okay, so this is it. So these are a party already completed. Now, if I want to create a new partition, for example, I created a new partition, so then it become a SDA7. Okay, for example, if I create a new partition, it become a SDA7. So how to put a data in this SDA7? For example, I create a partition size, for example, 2 GB. 2 GB, I'm going to create 2 GB SDA partition. Now, I created a partition, but no drive letter to open it. But how to put a data in this partition? So, what I have to do is, in my system, I have to create any location, I have to create a folder. So, for example, my folder name is disk 7. Any name you can put it, disk 7, data 7. Okay, anything like you can put it or partition 7, part 7. Just for understanding, any name you can give it. Okay, which is not existing in a already. So just any name you can give it, like a, maybe you can put a data, maybe you can put a personal, maybe like a music files, or maybe a video, something, any name you can put it. I put a name called disk7, any name you can put it. So this is a empty folder. First I have to create a empty folder, and I have to mount this to SDA7. I have to mount this to SDA7. So obviously this is what the name, disk7. I put a name disk7 here. Okay, so this is a regular folder. It means a empty folder. I link an empty folder to SDA7. So what I have to do? How to keep the data? So I have to put some data here. For example, I put up some files in this one. Okay, for example, F1, F2, F3. So I created some files in this folder, but actually the data is going to create in the SDA7 only. Okay, this data, so whatever it is, data I created in this folder, the data is actually created under SDA7 only. Okay, so this is a like, okay, next, if I want to create, and if I create something like a maybe a 4 GB maybe a 4 GB SDA8, I created a partition SDA8. Okay, so then again I will create another folder in my system. Okay, I create another folder in a system like a maybe a disk 8, just for example, disk 8, folder name is disk 8, and I mount means linking, very simple to understand. Mount means linking or connecting. So it's linking or a connecting is the actual word. Okay, for example, you know, I even myself, a lot of people, what is mounts are English meaning and all. So if you have a horse like this, okay, okay, something like a horse is there. Yeah, okay, if you sit on the horse, it is called mounting. If you get on from the horse, that is called dismounting, unmounting. Or you take the horse and take this what we can say like a rope, and fix it on something in a stable, so that is like a mounting. You remove it, it is dismounting. Like that, it is a even earlier days, like I already told, no, I'm not much with the English part, but while watching English movies and all, so I get clear about what is mounting in a various situations. Okay, so very simple. Mounting means linking or a connecting. Okay, very simple. Guys, understand what is this partitioning, numbering, creating a folder and link the folder means mounting the folder to a partition. If you keep the data in that folder, automatically data stores here in the SDA7. Okay, so it stores in the partition only. If you remove this mounting, so what will happen? Okay, if you remove this mounting point, so what will happen? Data is in SDA7 only. Data won't show in a disk7 folder. Data won't store in a disk7 folder. Data actually stores in SDA7 when link is there. Now you remove the link, so you cannot access the data until unless you have to link it again to same or a different folder. Same folder or a different folder. Yeah, tell me. I'm hearing.
SDA part 1, SDA 8 part 1 second.
SDA 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's simple. Okay, again, I am okay. Can't go to the back. Okay, okay. So see, I created a disk 8 folder. It is a better. 1 second. We'll remove this one because yellow color now, so it is not visible. I created another partition. Already I have partitions are there, and based on my disk space availability, so I'm going to create another partition. Okay, so I created a partition. For example, it's a 4 GB partition. I created 4 GB partition. Now, in my system, anywhere in my system, I created a folder called a disk 8 folder, regular folder, directory, mkdir disk 8. Now, I mount this disk 8 folder to SDA 8 partition. These are all partitions only. Okay, SDA 8 partition, 4 GB partition I created, and I created a disk 8 folder or a directory, any name you can say, and I link that link or a mount. Exactly, say it is a mount is a original word. Okay, so what is a mounting? It is means connecting or a linking one to another one. So disk 8 is a folder or a directory I created, and it is an empty directory. I connected to disk 8. Okay, sorry, SDA 8. Disk 8 is mounted to SDA 8. Mounting done. Now, if I put some data in this folder, for example, I created some data and I put a folder in that one, like a S1, S2, S3, like that. I created a files in this folder. But these files not stored in this folder. It actually stores in the SDA 8. These folders not stores in the folder. It stores in the SDA 8 only. The white is again same color. I change my color, right? Yeah. Okay. So this S1, S2, S3 stores here in this partition only. Okay. Next, if in case if I unmounted it, it means I remove this link between disk 8 to SDA 8. If I sorry, 1 second. One second, guys. Try to recollect it once. I have to send message to sir. Last time I sent to someone. Okay. batch 2, batch 3. Sorry for the delay. Guys, understand? So I want something else sharing message. Okay. So here it is. Very simple. This is my folder. I linked it and I store some data in this folder. Actually, data stores in SDA8. But when you unmount it, what happened? Data is still there in SDA8, but we can't access because there is no link. There is a no link between SDA8 to disk8. So it is look like disk8 folder is empty one only. Empty one only. Next one is, for example, just for an example, okay, instead of linking, instead of mounting to disk8, okay, next time means I unmounted from disk8 and I mounted to disk9. I mounted to something disk9, okay, it's a folder, disk9 folder instead of disk8 folder. So I mounted to disk9 folder. So the data in the data in the SDA8 shows here. Data in the SDA8 shows here automatically. Okay. So actually data stores in the partition through directory mounted to the particular partition. So we can able to put the data and also we can access the data from using the folder only or a directory only. Okay. And we remove this one as okay. Guys, understand disk management or not? That's important one. Naming is important. So we do in a practical manner. So how to do in a practically? So we have to do. Okay, so I can't type entire sentence here, so you can create your sentence. So we don't have a drive letters. So we create or choose a empty directory. It means in normal terms we say it's a folder. Okay, we create or choose a empty directory and mount drive and mount drive to the directory. Okay, so we can access data, access the data in drive, and we can keep data in drive. So we can put the data and as well as we can access the data. So we can put the data also, you can see we can put data in drive through directory. Example, I created a disk7 directory mount to /dev SDA 7. Okay, how to do and all we can do it. So here first to create a partition. So first of all we have to create our own partition, right? To create a partition and disk management. What is the command? Fdisk. Command is fdisk. So which disk you are checking like that. So there is a two commands are there, -l/dev/sda to create a partition fdisk. This is for view purpose. Okay, only for details purpose. This is for to managing purpose. Guys, few more options I will tell once you go to the second one. Okay, once you go to the second one, you want to create a new part. You want to verify first. We have to verify. Okay, verify partition table. Option is P. So before that one, you have to go to M command. First, you have to type M for a menu like that. Help type. Okay, so there you can get different options for a verifying partition table. P. Okay, verifying partition table. V. It is verifying any unallocated partitions are there. Okay, so in verifying any unallocated availability. Okay, verifying partition table, verify any unallocated partitions are there. Okay, so P for private P V N for a new partition, for creating new partition, creating new partitions. Okay, and D for deleting, D for deleting. Okay, another options like a T, L, W. W means save and exit type. Okay, Q means usually like quit without save. Okay, Q for without saving. T means like if you want to change partition type. Partition type. L means also which type it is, which type you want to save. We have to check it. We want to option. It is under type partition only. Okay, so these are important things. M, if you press M, automatically you will get a menu. So out of that one, importance are verifying partition table, verifying unallocated partitions, N for creating a new, D for deleting, T for changing partition type, that is I will tell again. So saving and quitting, that's why I have written last these two things. What is this partition type means? Basically you have to remember three type of partitions. It means your partition is there. Okay, so you have a partition means you have a drive. So what you want to put it? Do you want to create a drive as a NTFS drive? You want to create a drive as a fat drive? You want to create a drive for a Linux type, or maybe swap type, or LVM type? Okay, like that. Almost like there is so many different type of drives are there. Depends upon what type of data you are keeping in that one. So based on that, you can create it. So basically, three are very important. You have to verify and check it. That one. One is Linux type, Linux partition. Another one is Linux LVM type of partition. Another one is Linux swap partition. You want to make the partition as a swap, then you have to change it to swap partition. Linux partition by default it is there, LVM, you have to do it, so then you can convert into LVM type. So each one has some hex code number is there, so that we will verify and check it, because one voice is changes, a small numbers also there changes, like 80, 80E, 82, like that it is there. So again it is may changes in minimal, so we'll see that one. Okay, so in our exercise we are going to create a partition. Okay, so we are to create a partition, and then we are mounting and we are verifying, then we are create a partition, swap partition, and we are extending our swap also. Okay, first I will show you how to create a simple partition and mounting. That's it. We'll take a break. Okay, fdisk-l/dev/sda. First of all, we should know, are you SDA, are you HDA, or VDA, like that? Are you A, B, C, like that? We have to verify. That's why question mark, D, question mark I given like that. Have you seen? This is my almost like it is showing 128 GB. Actually, I given 120 GB as I remember. So it's a 120 GB. It is showing like that, but it's okay, no problem. Okay, it is units. The unit means is in the number of sectors wise. Each sector is 512 bytes. Each sector is 512 bytes. See, this is a sector number. This is a sector number, starting number, ending number. If you take the difference between end number and starting number, so then into 512 bytes, you will get a size. Okay, you will get in a size manner. And also there is a different ways are there, like -cul. No, not cul. C is correct only. -c is a what is a unit? Cylinders are sectors by default. So then you have to give capital C for a cylinders. So yeah, there. It's okay. So don't go with that much. Better is this one. Okay. So here it is, partition, sector number, and sector number. And if you observe this one, this is 23, this is 24, this is 63, and this is 64. If you observe, this is the next, like if you tabulate it. This is a Linux based system. So you can Linux, SDA1, SDA2, SDA3. SDA4 is a extended. See, ID is changed. ID is changed. So here you can see where is my, yeah, SDA4. This is a Linux based one only. So up to here, Linux showing. But SDA4 is extended. Again, home is if you see SDA5, it is again Linux based, and SDA6 is a swap base. Okay, Linux swap. Where is this? Again, you can see swap. So I give into the swap. The thing is change it to swap only. Okay. What is that ID? IDE is like a hex code type. Okay. ID is nothing but a hex code. To understand what kind of file system you are using, what kind of system it is, Linux system, or in an extended partition, or you are in a swap partition, or it is a FAT32 partition, okay, or it can be a LVM type, like that it is there. So it based on this, system will understand. Based on this ID, system will understand. So here it use a world one only, so then we can type like this. 83 for a swap, it is 82. right? So swap is 82, 83 for Linux, and for LVM it is 8E. Okay, we'll verify that one. Okay, so this is to verify what partition you have and what are the partitions you have. Okay, like that. So boot is star. This is a boot partition is SDA1. What command I use? This one, right? Now I remove that -L and directly I am typing without giving any options here. So I will go to inside of this one, M for help. Okay, like it will display a menu. So then we'll see M for help. Okay, first is I give an M option. So you can see different options, but already I told what are the things we have to compulsory look at. So one is P, print partition table. P means print partition table. Q means without saving. W for with saving. V for verify the partition table. So I given fdisk space /dev /sda. So in this one, something it is showing in this one like this. But important one is already I have written here. So verify from here. P means print partition table. Okay. V, verify the partition table. These two are important. Next, N, add a new partition. D, if in case you created a partition, now you don't want it, then for deleting a partition. T, for a, will verify, change partitions system ID. Change partitions system ID. L, list unknown partition types. Okay, non-partition types, sorry. Okay. W, write to the table and a disk and exit, like a save and exit type. Q, save without changes. Okay, without saving changes. So these are a very important letters, but this is a very big list. Okay, but remember P, V, N, D, T, L, W, Q. Okay, and out of that again, what we do, P, V, N, T, L, W. So D and Q very less, but there is an option which is important one. Okay, remaining are okay, so that's not a big deal. Like if you are having a GPT partition table, then you can use G to create a new empty GPT partition table like that, empty disk like that if you have. Okay, so first one is P. Okay, now I'm verifying a partition table, current partition table I'm checking. Next, V shows something unallocated, remaining unallocated partition. So that is a sector it is showing 512 into that sector number 14, 15, 577, 57 is there, no? So that is 141557757 into 512 bytes. You will get a how much remaining size. How much remaining size is left. Okay, so no need of doing like that. If you want to calculate, you can calculate this one into 512 bytes. So that is the size of the unallocated size, means free size. So you have a free size. You have a free size. Otherwise calculate. So cal C, 14,155,7757 into 512 bytes. So it is almost 72. Maybe to convert, it is in a bytes, right? So you have to divide by byte 1024. It means that much megabytes, and divided by 1024. Yeah, almost 70 GB free space is there. Okay. No, not that one, because I made a mistake here. I didn't done properly. Okay, so whatever it is, it's we have a space. I took 120 GB. I took 120 GB, and I given 20 20 10. It means 50 GB already for my storing purpose, and swap is 2 GB. 52 GB I consume. It means almost 60. 50 GB around. It means I got 67, 65, 67, around 67 GB free space is there. 67 GB free space is there. That is the meaning. You have to check it. So this is into this one. Okay, so we'll get an answer in bytes. So you have to convert that bytes into kilobytes, megabytes, like that. You have to do it. Okay, so that's a simple thing. Okay, what to do next, guys? I verified partition table. Then I verified this free space is there or not. Now I have to create a new one. What is the letter for new one? New partition? N. Now it is asking first sector. By default, first sector it is showing adding a logical partition number 7, and it is asking give me a first sector number. So no need to give, because it's by default it is continue from the last one only. So what I'm going to do is I will put a enter only. Now it is asking last sector. So again you have to calculate based on the sector wise, but I'm not doing it. I am just giving number. Yeah, 67.49. That is the correct answer. Okay. Rohit calculated completely. Okay. So that's, you got it. Okay. So I wanted 2 GB partition. So you can see this corner I'm giving here. So plus 2 GB. In a last sector, in the last sector, are a plus sectors are a plus size, you can tell. So you have to do plus 2G. 2G means 2 GB. For example, I want to create a 512 MB, 512 M. I want to create a 10 kilo, 10K. I want to create a 100 GB, 100G plus 100G. That's it, 100 GB. Okay, like that. How much depends upon how much free space we have. So we can create it. I'm creating 2 GB. Okay, enter. So partition 7 of type Linux and of size 2 GB is set. So now new version, right? It is giving very clear answers. 2 GB set. Now what to do? First again, partition table. Verify the partition table. New partition is created. Can you see? /dev /SDA7 and start and end of the sectors and block and 83 Linux type of partition only, and verify V. So how much space is there? The space is earlier it is something 14 something it is showing. Now it is showing 13 something. Okay, it means it is like your unallocated is reducing. Already I took 2 GB from it. Okay. Now I'm going to press T to change partition type T. So which partition you want to change type? Okay, so that is seventh one only. That is my last one, which is freshly created. Be careful while you do anything. Next, it is asking for a X code for a all partition type. L. I don't know the X code, so then I put a L. So then I can see different X codes. So can you see this list? Starting with the 0, empty, DOS type, like that. Solaris, you want to install the Solaris in that particular partition, or you want to make that one as a FAT12. You want to make that one as a Linux swap. You want to make that one as a Linux, or maybe a OS by 2, or NTFS volume you want to create it, or you want to create Linux LVM 8E. Correct. Okay. Always verify. You want to put a something FreeBSD, like that. You can make that partition as a suitable related thing. Okay, or suitable any related things for a VMware, because new operating system, right? It is give more options here, including 95 Windows. You want to put it like, if this is extra partition, you want to put some data in that one, or a type of data based on that type of operating system, type of data kind of stuff. You can choose type. But mine is 83 Linux partition only. Now it is Linux partition. It is already Linux partition anyway. So I choose 83. So what is the last one? Save and exit. Save and exit. W. Save and exit. Now I save the partition table, but it is not saved under kernel. Kernel still think there is a SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, SDA4, SDA5, SDA6 only. It does not know about SDA7. So to update in the kernel mode, to update this partition table, you have to restart your PC. You have to restart your PC. So sometimes it is not required to restart also. Okay, it is not required to restart. Just you have to use the command called partprobe or kpartx. In these two commands, any command you can use it. What is, guys, what is this 8? What is this 8 in the bracket 8? Anybody have any idea what is that 8? Okay, no problem. So command is partprobe. Either you can use partprobe enter, also no problem, just like a type partprobe or a kpartx, just type it, enter, no problem. Okay, so it will automatically update. But you want to make sure that it is showing some warning also. So you don't want like that, and you want to make sure that that disk details should be added, like SDA partprobe /dev/SDA. So obviously now the partition information is added to your kernel mode. So guys, remember, if you create a partition or delete a partition or modify the partition, you must update kernel. To update a kernel, first option is reboot your PC, but rebooting PC is not always is the best option. So you can use the command called partprobe or a partx. You can use the command called partprobe or partx. Okay. So I use already part probe here, you can see, and I use a part probe and specifically this particular device, or maybe you can use partition number also, no problem. Just part probe is enough, but still you want a more make sure that the particular disk related information should be added, like you can told about your disk or your disk partition also, okay, or both or everything. Okay, now so I'm putting clear by because of so many things on my screen, guys. Partition is created, SDA 7 partition is created. Now what to do next? After creating a partition, what to do? Normally in Windows, when you create a partition, means you are creating a partition, you have to, yeah, tell me, you are telling correct.
Mounting, so they have to mount.
Mounting, before that one, it is just a raw partition. It is just a raw partition. Listen, it is just a raw partition. You want to put it some data in the partition, any partition, Windows or Linux. It is just a raw partition. What we require to put some files in that one?
Dictionary, sir.
Dictionary. To put a data in the any partition, pen drive, memory card, or maybe a disk partition, anything. What we require?
File system.
Yes. So what is the Linux file system?
ext3, ext4.
ext3 is a old one for a old 6 versions. Now we are using 7, so ext4 support is there. Maybe new version have a ext5, but ext4 we are using here. Simple command is mkfs make file system dot ext4 and tell the partition number slash dev slash sda7 like this. Okay. SDA. So this is a just for what we are using, 3 different files. This is an entirely kind of nodes. Okay, guys, I will type first. We type P and then we use V and N. In N it is asking something. Then I put a enter. Okay, so new partition. So for first one I enter. Then I use plus 2Z. Okay, plus 2Z for 2GB partition. Then partition is created. P for verification. Again V. Then I use T and then I put a L and I choose 83. Then I put a W for saving. So when I put a W for saving, this this notification is there. Okay, so this warning is showing, it is this warning. So careful with that, this warning. Okay, now it is exited into the normal terminal. So first I given a part probe and I given a part probe, specifically dev SDA I given. Okay, next these two are commands. Next I want to create a file system. For a file system command is mkfs.ext4 and give your partition. Okay, make file system. Okay, make file system ext4 slash dev slash sda7. So creating a first file system. It is created. Now file system is created inside. Now we have to access. File system is created. In Windows it will assign automatically a drive letter. In Linux we don't have a drive letter, so you have to create a directory. mkdir slash disk. So as I speak, I creating a folder, empty folder. Slash disk means I creating under slash only. So any user can able to access the that particular partition. So not required to keep it in your inside your local inside a root. Okay. So I created this one under slash only directly. Okay. So ls space slash disk 7. No data, nothing is there. It is a empty one. So folder is created. What is the last step? Mounting. Slash dev slash sda 7 slash disk 7. Okay, so I'm mounting my partition to this folder. Oh, no errors. This time I corrected. Okay, so next is verify, is it mounted or not? Verify it is mounted or not. So df space hyphen h, df space hyphen h, it will show the mounting table. So you can see SDA7, 2 GB, okay, and it is mounted to this folder. For example, if I keep the files, for example, I creating a files touch slash disk 7 slash f1 dot 5. Okay, so I created a slash disk 5 f1 to f5 files are created. So it is ls space slash disk 7 and you can see f1, f2, f3, f4, f5. What is this last plus found? It is a recycler bin. In Windows we have a recycler bin. In Linux we have a last plus found. Okay, so because it's a disk partition, it shows like that. Normal folder it is won't show because it's a disk partition. It shows last plus found. Okay, so I mounted. I put the data. How to unmount is umount space slash dev, sorry, disk 7 directly is enough. I unmounted it. Verify are you really unmounted or not. df space hyphen h. Now the line is gone. It is showing here, but it is not showing this line. Okay, I'm unmounted. ls space slash disk 7. Now data is not there. If I mount it again, what happens? Yeah, totally confused. Because I took a lot of time for explanation only, so I'm not able to take time on practical part. So can you see it is mounted again? I mounted again. ls space slash disk 7. Data is there. It means data stores in the drive. When you mount it, you can able to access it or you can able to put the data into the disk. But when you unmounted it, the folder shows as an empty one only. Okay, folder does not store data in a folder as well as a mount. It is not like that. It is if you put a data in the folder, the data will store in the partition only. If you unmounted it, so the data you put it in a folder actually stores in your partition only. So all these commands I can put a history also, no problem. But here type directly slash disk 7. Okay. Then what I done? I check any data is there. Okay, nothing. So mount command is mount slash dev slash sda 7 slash disk 7. So this is my mounting one. Okay, so I mounted it. So whether I mounted or not, so verify. Guys, always remember learning Linux is just something you're learning a command. It is learning a Linux means it is always verify and learn. Always a verification comes first. Verify before you do command and verify after the command, then only you can learn Linux very clearly. Note down the Linux on the notes and type the commands in the system and I learn Linux. That is not a learning Linux. Linux learning is each and every command when you put it before and after. So you must verify. Without a verification, if you do the commands, it means it's not you're not learning Linux. Just you're typing something on your screen. That's it. Okay. So that's why I'm explaining again. I'm typing because it's better for your practice and understand. So mounted and this one. Okay, mounting information is there. Then what I done? I put a touch slash disk7 slash f 1.5 means I'm creating a 5 files. I created ls space slash disk7. Now it is showing a f1 to f5 files. Next, umount for unmounting the devices. Any name you can use, either a disk name or a folder name. So I unmounted it, and after unmounted it, again verify are you unmounted it or not, and put a ls space slash disk7 and make sure there is no data now. And next, mount again slash dev slash sda7 slash disk7. You want to verify the mounting information, you can use df space -h and ls space slash disk7. Okay, so verify you got a data again. So then you understand what happens when mounting, what happens in unmounting. Okay, of course there is a few permanent mounting, non-permanent mounting is also there. FS tab related things also there. So that we will discuss after that one. Okay. So FS tab related information and BLKID. So these two commands also there. So what is these commands also I will tell. Don't worry. Guys, you understand how to create a partitions. So this is the command fdisk and you have to give your drive, okay, slash dev slash sda. M for menu means like a help command. Important things are P, print, partition table, V, verify a partition table, N for creating a new one, press enter for first one, and what partition size you are giving, plus 2G means 2GB. Again, verify partition is created or not, verify still space is available or not. T, it means toggling your partition label. Okay, so then system ID, partition ID like that. Okay, system ID changing. L for what? Check it. What are the types of IDs are there? I choose 83 for Linux, and W is save and exit. So when you put a W, automatically warning is generated like this. So you can use partprobe or partex for updating your kernel. Updating your kernel, telling about new partition information. So you can use a partprobe or partprobe space slash dev slash sda. And next is completed. Now in our normal terminal, we are going to create a file system. So our EL7 supports 4, means our enterprise Linux 7 support ext4. So then I use mkfs.ext4 and our partition name. So when you do here, okay, partition table, when after creating a partition, verify the partition table and check it what is your partition name. Okay, maybe in your system it can be 8 or a 6 also, depends upon how you what is the existing partitions. Okay, this is a SDA7 and I create a format. I formatted this one with the ext4, or I created a file system in this drive, and I created a folder in my slash drive only, and then I mounted my folder to my SDA7. Okay, and I verify with the df space -h mounting information, and I created some files in my folder, and I unmounted it and I've tried to access the files from the folder, so it is not showing anything. Again, I mounted it and I verified the data is showing. So this is our disk partitioning practical. See how much time it would take. When I started, when I finished, almost 1 hour. I think everybody dead already. Anybody alive? Please respond.
We did. Hello, sir.
Alive?
Breathing.
Breathing? Okay. See? Very simple class.